Hello, my YouTube subscribers. I hope you all had slept like kings and queens last night and is doing well physically and mentally and emotionally on this day. I hope everyone is happy with Joe Biden's job as the President of the United States. For those who had voted for him to be president, because you all believe that Trump is racist, but as many seem to have forgotten, his vice president was also trying to become president, and mentioned that in the debate about his racist history. And how Joe Biden was wrong for calling a grown black man boy.
I'm going to now direct this at Vice President Biden. I do not believe you are a racist. And I agree with you when you commit yourself to the importance of finding common ground. But I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing. And, there was a little girl in California who was part of the second class to integrate her public schools. And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me.
And how Joe Biden was wrong for calling a grown black man boy. Then got caught lying about going to prison.
This day, 30 years ago, Nelson Mandela walked out of prison and entered into discussions about apartheid. I had the great honor of meeting him. I had the great honor of being arrested with our UN ambassador on the streets of Soweto trying to get to see him on Robbins Island.
You now say you weren't arrested and it didn't happen in Soweto. You were at the airport in Johannesburg and you were stopped from going through the door for blacks. I guess the question is, were you confused or were you just trying to embellish a story?
But yet and still voted him into office. And everyone wonders why this country is dealing with cost of living crisis known as inflation. Everything cost extra due to the cost of gasoline prices went up.
With the Bandy family in Michigan, who have been struggling to make ends meet with soaring prices on everything from groceries to gas. Since then, the burden of record high inflation has continued to push the limits for people across the country. We spoke to a handful of Americans who've been grappling with a higher cost of living, and here's some of what they said.
Inflation has just kind of made, being a single mom with two kids just that much harder. It wasn't easy anyways. We weren't, rich. I work in a school, but it's just pushed everything to the point of, week by week, day by day, I'm looking at the dollars trickle out of my account.
I actually am leaving teaching because I can't make enough money. So I cleaned out my classroom yesterday. I actually am going to make more money managing a storage unit than I am teaching.
In August, I had a medical emergency, which required emergency surgery. At the time, I had insurance, although I'm still paying those bills now. An extra monthly bill that wasn't there before, and on top of a higher cost of living, a higher cost of transportation, higher cost of food, to have that medical expense on top of it has made things more difficult.
The truth is, I don't foresee that we could continue the way we are in another year. Like, it seems like if the costs continue to go up at the rate they have been going, that so many families are struggling around us, and ourselves included. I can't even imagine where we would be in a year.
What other option is there? We can't give up. We have kids. It just means that it's going to result in us having less to give to them.
I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem that this problem's going to go away anytime soon, and that's really scary.
So everything else went up in price, to counter the gas prices. Homeless crisis is at an all-time high. Even our veterans are homeless. Despite them risking their lives for the United States of America.
Is a peer mental health specialist with the Samaritan Center in Austin and works with veterans in the state jail. He says about 50% of the veterans in his program were homeless before they were arrested.
A lot of times we'll work with the VA and they have a HUD-VASH program that will give them a voucher for, say, 3 to 6 months of rent. In Austin, as we all know, the housing prices are skyrocketing. Just rent in apartments is difficult. So if they have these vouchers, at the end of those vouchers, they can't afford. They don't have a job that can afford the rent in Austin. And a lot of times they just end up back on the street.
James is the peer service coordinator for the Military Veteran Peer Network in Travis County. He works with the police department and sheriff's office responding to veteran interactions and meets one-on-one with veterans to connect them with different resources.
When the camping ban came into effect, I lost contact with a lot of the vets that were in the area. I used to be able to go every day and see. I knew where all the veterans that I was talking to were staying, and then I'd always run into more.
The 2021 estimates by the Ending Community Homelessness Coalition before the camping ban in May showed of the 3,160 people experiencing homelessness in Travis County, 284 were veterans. That means while veterans only make up 5% of the general population, they make up 9% of the homeless population. Blake says in a city as innovative as Austin, we need to find solutions.
So when you come to the table saying, let's reinstate the camping ban and let's get rid of the so-called trash in this town, well, it turns out that trash are humans, and we should act accordingly. So come to the table with solutions, not just talking about a problem.
Blake and James using the good and bad from their past to lead fellow veterans to a new chapter of healing.
You're struggling right now. That's okay. We all struggle. Where do you go from here? There's a path to be successful. You just got to choose it.
This is exactly why we don't need a president, because they get more corrupt every time. Every time we elect a president, our rights and freedoms gets taken away. On top of they always want to go to war. That should show you all that our world leaders and governments don't want world peace. Because every time someone tries to make the world a better place, gets blood sacrifice. Even the New York governor said that the government is racist and have separate rights for white people and other race of people.
One-on-one to talk violence and racism, whether it's white supremacy targeting black New Yorkers or anti-Asian violence. Many have been left wondering, what more can be done?
One of the things I hear often from prosecutors is they have difficulty prosecuting hate crimes because of the way the law is written. As it's written now, it has to be a substantial or whole motivating factor, whereas in most states the requirement is to be partly a factor. It's an enhancement, not its own crime, so in other words, assault as a hate crime, and so when they plea deal this, often the enhancement gets tossed out. So many prosecutors argue that it should be its own crime and just not an enhancement. Is that something you would consider amending the current law?
I would support that absolutely. In the last budget, I was able to get the legislature to put hate crimes into the category of those that you don't just commit it and walk back out in the street, that you can have bail instituted once again.
Meanwhile, many have been arguing part of the solution to hate is education. Governor Hochul, for the first time tonight, weighing in on that issue.
Would you support a bill that would mandate teaching Asian American history in New York public schools?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Will you commit, you would sign a bill into law that would support this mandate in the next term?
100%. Because it is an important part of our history. These individuals who came here as immigrants, like all of us came, our family members all came as immigrants. They built this country with their hard work and their sweat and their toil. Some of that lack of knowledge and understanding and appreciation has fed into this negativity and leads to the hate crimes.
Even people at Fox News want him impeached. and how we can't trust the government.
The government. How could anyone trust the government? Would you trust the government with your life? Would you trust the government with your children's lives, the lives of your grandchildren at this point? No, especially not after how much they lied to us during COVID, lied to us about lockdowns, lied to us about vaccines. Oh, they're safe and effective. After how much they lied to us during COVID, lied to us about lockdowns, lied to us about vaccines. Oh, they're safe and effective. Trust the government with your life? Would you trust the government with your children's lives, the lives of your grandchildren at this point? No, especially not after how much they lied to us during COVID, lied to us about lockdowns, lied to us about vaccines. Oh, they're safe and effective.
Our U.S. troops have been trying to warn people about governments and world leaders being criminals, and if we the people don't come together and remove them from office before they unalive us all, and turn this world into a police state.
And I swore an oath to protect the country from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Now, these people that are operating in our government right now are criminals. And you don't have to agree with me, you can disagree with me, but time will tell. And if we don't do something, like I said, if we don't all stand up and participate in our free democratic society, you're going to lose your rights, and you're going to lose them quick.
This is the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video all the way till the end. You're the real MVP. Don't forget to hit the like button on the video. Leave a comment on this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for future livestream and videos, and share my videos with your friends and family, so they can help us get everyone to come together to remove these Satanists from office before it's too late. This is the People's Champ 1983, and I am signing out. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Goodbye for now.
This is Phase Ed Music.
Hello everyone. Welcome to today's video. I know you can hear this blasting through your stereo. This is Big Meech, and it is Tuesday, and this is a freestyle, my way. We all need to come together, and not be a sellout like Floyd Mayweather. These celebrities will do anything for money and fame, but after that their life will never be the same. To reach success you have to end someone, even if it means your own son. So share this freestyle and have a nice day, and tell your followers that I say hey, mic drop.